Hey guys, this is part 2 of the Velocidrone track editor guide. From now on, I'm going to be using the multi-GP Spring GQ track as an example to teach further tips. Let's start by reopening the track from last lesson. Okay, so the first and most important thing we need to do when making a GQ style track is to actually place gates in accurate positions. The way I like to do this is using the Velocidrone cones to first just mark out points of interest on the track. So I'll delete our gates, open up the open up the cones folder of the asset library, and I'll just pick a white cone and place it on the ground. Now, what's really important is up the top left here, we have the coordinates of the points. So I'm gonna set my first cone to 0, 0, 0, which is over here. Okay, now from here we can build out in the positive X direction and the positive, well, it says negative, but upwards Y direction. Okay, so opening up the multi-GP track diagram, you can see I'm going to use this origin point as the cone I just placed. The next one I have is 13.4 meters to the left. So I'm going to clone, slide it out to, I think it was 13.4. Yep, there we go. 13.4, and there's our second cone. Now the next one I'm going to do is this one that's 22.3 up. So have to do negative 22.3, and there we go. Then the next one is 8.5 up and 4.6 across. So 8.5 up and 4.6 across. Okay, I'm gonna quickly fast forward through the rest of them, but just remember, we're just copying the X and Y location of each of these black dots of interest on the GQ track, and I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, now that I am done, you can see that all the cones have been laid out properly. We are going to start laying out the gates. So these multi-GP global qualifier style tracks use the 1.5 meter gates, or 5 foot gates. So that's the first one up here. And what I can do to accurately place these gates on top of the cones is I click on a cone and I press Shift Z. What that'll do is that'll move the origin to the cone I selected, and then all I have to do is select the gate and zero out its location. We can rotate it to face the right direction, and now we've successfully placed this gate right on top of the cone. But what you'll notice is these gates aren't actually right on top of the cone. They're a little bit, well, such that the side banner is on top of the cone. They're pushed across a bit. There's no easy way to do this, no perfect way to do this, so I'm just gonna slide it across till I can see that banner right on top of the cone, just like that. Now, I'll clone it, and we'll do the power loop next. So we can see the right banner of each gate is on top of the cone, so Shift Z on the cone, zero out the gate, and then slide it across, just like that. And then I can repeat the same. Since these two cones are in line, I don't have to re-zero out the gate, but there you go. That's accurate enough for my liking. And I can clone this gate, move it up, set the cone as the 0 point, move the gate, and then this one also, right side of the gate is on top of the cone. Just like that. Now we've done 3 gates accurately. I'll cover the double gate and then that's where I'll end this guide. So we'll clone it across. Keep in mind we gotta spin the gate around just like that. Zero out our coordinates on top of the cone. And this time it's that left side of the gate, which is on top of the cone from this point of view. So we'll put it like that. Now, we have to put a gate on top of it. I like to simply just clone, drag up. This way they're perfectly aligned on top of each other. And then you can just press the ground button when it's a little bit above. And that'll perfectly stack them on top of each other just like that. Okay? And then, once again, just so we're all aware, click on the first gate, set as start finish, and then we'll just do a bit of gate ordering. 3, 4. Remember, we enter the top of the ladder first. So, currently, they're the wrong order, so we do 5, and then 6, and then done. Now we've placed all of the gates on top of the cone successfully. I will quickly do the rest of the 1.5 meter gates, and I'll come back to finish off the video once I've done that. Okay, that is all of the 1.5 meter gates placed. I also ordered them, just so we don't have to do that later on. We also must remember that the checkpoints, the respawn points, are always on the exit of the gate, so I also oriented all the gates. And yeah, that's where I'll leave this tutorial, and this is where I'll start off the next video. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.